மாணவர்கள் எவரும் போதைக்கு அடிமையாகாதீர்கள். அடிமையானவர்கள் மீண்டதாக சரித்திரமில்லை. எனவே உங்களையும் சமூகத்தையும் பாதுகாத்துக் கொள்ளுங்கள். உங்கள் நலன் கருதி கல்வி டிவி.
Hi students, today grade 6 science unit 1, that wonder of the living world. Wonder of the living world we are going to study. Then first class we have finished. First class we have studied in our environment. There are mainly two kind of things we have find out. One is living things, other one is non-living things. Living things, you know, the plant, animals, the living things can be classified plant and animals, right? The plant and animals can grow, can breathe, respirate, can reproduct, right? So it can be multiple. Therefore, we already studied living things and non-living things, and living things can be classified into plant and animals. After that, they have find out, they have the scientists and environmental interested persons who are finding another small organism. Only it can be seen by using of microscope, right? That is called microorganism. After that, what happened? Initially they have divided plant and animals. Then they have divided three: plant, animal and microorganism. The organism which can't be seen by our naked eye. Naked eye means we are not using any optical instruments, right? Lens or microscope, we are not using that one. Naked eye means the plain, our naked eye. Now I am here, my eye is naked eye, right? So if I use spectacles, right, it is not naked eye, right? This is some optical instruments. This is spectacle, it's optical instruments. So now naked eye, if I use this spectacle, this is not naked eye, right? That's the reason here, if you want to see microorganism, you can't observe, you can't see by your naked eye, right? Have used microscope, compound microscope. Okay, that is we already studied. Today we are going to study about that characteristics of organism. Characteristics of organism, right? Okay, see the screen now. Characteristics of organism. Organism we already studied. Organisms as a living things. These are living things, and the organism is living things, and living things can be divided: plant, animal, plant and animal, and microorganism, right? Microorganism. Anyway, now characteristics, features. What are the features? Features or characteristics are same here. The characteristics of organism. Growth, we will study growth, and nutrition, movement, respiration and reproduction. Growth, nutrition, movement, respiration and reproduction. Example, if you consider a human, the small baby, right? Small baby will develop as a big little bit. Here we already studied in last class. This is a child. Then what happened? It's a gentleman, right? That is the gentleman, right? That's a man with mustache and beard, and now he is doing some work. He is wearing tie or something as a biggest man. After that he is going to old man, right? The he is going to be like this. Old man. So, what can you see here? Yes, the processes. What is the processes here? This human, the small baby to child, then the gentleman, then old man. Here you can see growth. You can see growth. Growth is here. Then nutrition, right? Without food, we can't live. Without food, we can't live. We depend on food, right? Say example, this person have to eat food. Have to eat food, right? Say ice cream or something, right? Banaso, banno, rice or, right? Kadala, that is food. So when he is taking food, that is under the, we call that is under the nutrition. We call that is under the nutrition. So this is coming here. Then movement, right? Yes, any human, right? Any kind of human can walk. Say one person can walk. So that is movement. That is movement, right? So we can study that is movement. Respiration. Yes, not only human, every organism, right, showing these features. What is? They have to breathe. Respirations mean breathe. So what is happened here? Yes, oxygen gas. Oxygen will go inside, gas go to inside, that is oxygen. Oxygen gas is going to inside, then he is going to breathe. Then carbon dioxide will come outside, that carbon dioxide will come outside, carbon dioxide, carbon dioxide. So this is respiration. Right, under the respiration, carbon dioxide and then another one is reproduction. Yes, that is reproduction. Yes, my father, my mother, then what happened? Father. Then here I have brother and another sister, another brother or sister. So here what happened? We have multiply. That is reproduction. That is reproduction. Right? Growth, nutrition, movement, respiration and reproduction. Right? Students, you can see what is we are going to study characteristics of organism. Here in the board I have taken example as human. What can we do? What can we study? We study the human from the baby, child and the gentleman and that old man. So it is the growth processes is happened. Growth we have seen. Second one, we have seen nutrition. Every human should, in the baby time also, it's feeding. Mother milk, breastfeeding. After that, little bit, right, rice and solid feeding. So, food compulsory for to live. Therefore, nutrition is important for organism. Another thing is movement. Movement means, yes, here human have to move everywhere. So when I get up bed, after that I went to the washroom and bathing and wearing shirts and something and get into the office or school, so everywhere. So every organism should go to movement. Mostly it's going to show movement. Another one is respiration. Respirations mean what? We inhale the air, we exhale the air. Inhale the air, oxygen. Exhale the air, carbon dioxide. That is, inhale the air and exhale the air. That is respiration. We are doing respiration to get energy. Therefore, living organism showing this character, what is respiration. Another one is reproduction. Reproductions mean we should be in our earth continuously, but in a certain age I have to go die. Then in my children will living in the world. After they are becoming a big, then they will die. Then their children will living here. So continuously the organism living in the earth by reproduction. Without reproduction, it can't be living continually. Right? So that also showing by the organism. Right? So every student should understand, right, the characteristics of organism. Sometime they can ask the question, right? Sometime you can expect the question in your exam paper, right, as like this. Write 5 features of organisms. Right? Otherwise they can ask another questions. Give 5 characteristics of organism. So those are same questions, they can ask it. So at that time you have to write growth, nutrition, movement, respiration, reproduction. There are 5 points I have indicated in your textbook. Right. We are going to study little about growth. Now we are going to study about growth. Right. The above photographs shows how the size of plants and animals is increased with age. Right. Here see that the plant, this is plant, considered as photographs shows how the size of plants and animals. Animals, here this is animal, this is plant. Okay. What happened? The size of small size, right? Small size. Here the size is small one. Right. There are 2 leaves. Right. 2 leaves are there. And here there are many leaves. Right. Many leaves. And here 2 leaves. And this is about 85 centimeter. This is about 1000 centimeter. Right? Here what is happened? The height is going to increase, the number of leaves going to increase, and there are several different ones. The fruits, the coconuts are here. So what is happened? Little by little it is going to grow. Right? Therefore grade 6 students can understand in the plant what is the plant is going to plant is going to increase its size and something. And here the cat, small one, young one, small one. This is the big one. What happened in this animal? Yes, the height is going to increase. The size is going to increase. Sometime weight also going to increase. Height is going to increase. Weight is going to increase and size also going to increase. Right? The above you can understand what is plant and animals which are going to grow, because that is characteristics of organism. Next one. This increase in size, height or amount is called growth. Right? What is increasing of size? Yes, the small one, sometimes see that is small, let's say here chick. Right? Small chicks. Then it's little bit grow. What is? Right? So here what happened? The size is going to increase. Small chicks, then the size is going to increase. So not only the size here, right, and the height. You know the height of this height is green color, this height is big. So small height, big height. So how can they ask the question? Right? They can ask the question in your past text paper, exam paper, what is growth? What is growth? You should know to write these things. In your exam, they can ask what is growth. You should know this increase in size, height or amount is called growth. Right? That is growth. Another one is, next one. The above photo shows how the size of plants and animals increased with age. Yes, sure. Right? You can find out. This is, we are planting 2001. After 2002, 2003, 2004 and 2005 now. Say what happened? If it is 2005, what happened? Yes, biggest one. They said the above photograph shows the size. What is the size? They said the size of plants and animals increase. Here they don't mention the animal because you already know that small cat is there. Small cat. Then the biggest one. Big cat is there. Right? This is big cat. Right? So what is going? The size. Photograph shows how the size of plant and animals increase. Increase means it's becoming more. Increased. With age. Age means yearly. This is age 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the age. This increase in size, height or amount is called growth. Here also they mention what is growth? The size and height or amount is amount. There are three things, right? Size, height or amount is called growth, right? Students, you can understand what is growth. Then other one, right? You can understand what is growth, right? The size and the height, the amount is going to increase. That is growth. How can we identify growth? By using of seeds. Initially, first we have to take a suitable seeds, right? A suitable seeds you can find out, right? After that, what happened? You have to take a small yogurt cup and keep some water, because wet condition is important to germinate the seeds. Small seeds which is going to germinate, right? Which is going to germinate. It has to be becoming big size and have to produce leaves and roots. That is germination. So initially we have take the yogurt cup and place the wet sand or soil. After the down part, we have to make the hole of the yogurt cup. Why? Sometimes excess water. If we add more water, excess water can be come through the hole. Because if it is a yogurt cup, place the soil, wet soil and make holes, place water. What happen? Excess water will come out, but we can keep wet condition of soil, place some seeds and see whether the changes in the seeds. Second day when I see, right, it's becoming a big size. The size of the seeds is becoming a big size. Then what happened? It shows some root like white color will come out. Then it is go inside. Maybe root. Then it's taken the seeds out. Then the seeds cover, it is going to remove. Seeds cover going to remove. Then what happens? Produce leaves. Here you can see this is. What is? The seeds which is going to first one. Seeds going to, this is seeds. Then the produce small root and root becoming big. And what happened? Root now the length of the root. See more. Then what happened? Yes, the size is going to increase. Here the root, it has more branches. The root, it has more branches and longest one. It may be tap root. After that what happened? Root is fixed. Then the seeds will come out. Removing the seeds cover. After that what happened? It's produced leaves. Now the leaves can make photosynthesis. Leaves can get light and it can produce food. So the number of leaf is going to increase. Number of leaf is going to increase. What about the height? You can see the height. Yes, initially this one. Now second, here this, right? Increase the height. Now say increase the height. Right? So the size and the height and amount is going to increase, right? You can observe by using of this experiment. What did they say in this experiment? Plant the seeds in the yogurt cup with wet soil. We already mentioned we have to take the yogurt cup and place wet soil, right? Place wet soil and make the holes. Down parts you have to make the holes here, right? Down parts you have to make the holes and place it here. What happened? You have to add water. You have to add water, right? Water. Pour the water. So put small amount of water. If excess water it can come out. Anyway, place the seeds now. Seeds here. What happened? little by little it is going to grow. Little by little it is going to grow. When it's grow, you can see the number of leaves which are going to increase. So day by day you have to find the number of leaves, you have to measure the height, right? What is going, that is size and the height and the amount is going to increase, that is growth, right? Here they have mentioned date, height and green gram. Green gram mean the seeds, right? Green gram is seeds, mungata or payaru. These green grams, seeds and number of leaves. How many leaves are which are going? Say if you start 31st of May 2023, then what happened? Right? You hide the height of the green gram plant, say this is 3 millimeter. Then the number of leaves is 2. Then see 1st and 6th 2023, 5 centimeter, number of leaves are 4. Then 2nd and 6th 2023, yes, the centimeter height is 8 centimeter, number of leaves also little bit increase 6 or 7, right? So you can understand what is day by day the height and the number of leaves are going to increase. That is indicating what? The growth, right? Germination mean this process is called germination. Students should know the spelling of this because you are studying English medium, coming from Tamil medium or Sinhala medium. Germination is the new terms. You should remember these words. Growth of seeds. Right? Okay. Another position. Nutritions, all organisms including humans need food for survival. Satisfying the food requirement of organism is called nutrition. That mean, right? Nutrition. Nutritions mean what? Nutritions, that is food. Nutritions mean food. So another name you can find out like food, right? Nutrition. Food is important, right? Food is important for every organism. Say if it is food, right? Human have to take it. Sometime say some kind of sea birds, cock, they took fish, right? They took fish. That is nutrition. Sometime plant also when it's grow, it need foods, so it can produce by using of sunlight. Therefore, what I would like to say, all organisms depend on nutrition. Nutritions, all organisms including humans need food for survival, satisfying the food. Survival mean if it is need to live, right? If it is need to live with successfully, that is mentioned survival here. Otherwise they can't live. Survival mean it can, without taking food they can't be in the environment. So if they need to live continually, right, they have to take food. So without food they can't survival in the environment, right? Satisfying the food requirement, sufficient or enough meaning here, satisfying, sufficient food, right? The food requirement mean, say example, the small baby or small children need small amount of food. Small amount of food. If it is a big person, he need more food than this baby. That is the reason they said satisfying the food. That means sufficient food. Requirement, that's needed one. How much need? Requirement of organism is called nutrition. How can ask these questions? They can ask what is, right? They can ask, right? What do you mean by, or what is, right? They can ask what is nutrition. They can ask what is nutrition. Can you remember the earlier question? Earlier question is what? What is growth? What is growth? They can ask what is growth? Right? Growth and nutrition are characteristics of organism. The another one is most green plants produce food within themselves. Hence, these plants are called autotrophics. Right? Sometime you can remember what is autotrophic. Right? Normally, we are depending on other animals, plant or other animals. Say example, if I need to finish my dinner or breakfast, I depend on another plant. Say example, if I like to eat bread, so we have depend on the wheat plant. If I divide a rice, we are depend on the paddy plant. If I like to eat chicken, depend on the chickens. Right? If I like to meat or fish, depend on that fish. So if I satisfied of food, I have depend on other animals. But plant not necessary, not need to depend on them. Plant can produce itself, it can produce food, not need to eat food. That plant, it can produce food in front of sunlight, and taking some gases, carbon dioxide gas and water, it can make the food as glucose food. It can produce itself, that is called photosynthesis. Automatically, plant can produce food. Automatically it's happened. That is the reason here we are using autotrophic for plant. Right? See the screen now. Most green plants, right? Most green plants, right? You know this, most green plants, right? Green plants, not colorless plant, green plant. Because the green is important to produce food. Right? Green is important to produce food. Right? Most of the green plants, it can produce food itself. Right? So here, most green plants, that is here, produce food. I already mentioned what is, they are getting sunlight. Sunlight rays will fall in on the plant, and they can use carbon dioxide gas. Some gases are here. Some gases will go inside of the plant, and water also. Water also go through the plant, that is water. So they are producing, right, food. Now they produce food. They produce food. What is the plant which can produce food? Right? So themselves, if I need to, right, if I need to eat food, I have to go a certain place and I have to take a fish or something, then I can eat it. So I can't produce myself food. So I can eat this fish. But plant not necessarily eat food. It can produce food. It can produce food. That is called photosynthesis. We will later study. So hence these plants are called autotropics. Hence these plants are called autotropics. Right? So here also they can ask the question. Right? First question, can you remember? What is growth? What is growth? Second one is, what is nutrition? Third one is, what is autotroph? Right? Okay. They use carbon dioxide from air. Right? The organism as a plant, leaf, carbon dioxide, that is gas. It can go inside of the leaves. Carbon dioxide can go. Same time water from the soil. You know that soil is here, soil. So water, it can move through the plant and send it to here. This is water. What happened? In front of the sunlight, it can produce food. That is called photosynthesis. Right? Here also another questions you can understand. What is photosynthesis? Right? They use carbon dioxide. What is they? They mean here what is? Here plant. What plant? Green plant. They said green plant. Right? Green plant. That is here they mention green plant. Green plant use carbon dioxide from air, soil, and soil, water and sunlight to produce food. This process is called photosynthesis. Okay, students, you should know what is photosynthesis, right? What is photosynthesis? Say we studied what is growth, what is nutrition, right? What is autotropics? Now what is photosynthesis, right? The another one is here. See this diagram. This is available in your textbook, right? Sunlight here, solar power, sun rays falling on the leaves, and what happened? Carbon dioxide gas absorbed by the plant. Not only carbon dioxide and water also. Here water also absorbed by the roots. Therefore the carbon dioxide and water and sunlight and green plant, that also important. Green plant, green substance. Green plant is important. We will study in upper grade green plant, right? So green plant are important. sunlight, carbon dioxide, water, green plant, which are producing food. Here you can see the food. At the same time, it releases oxygen gas. It releases oxygen gas. Oxygen gas will evolve. So the photosynthesis for what? To producing food. Same time, it's the byproduct is oxygen. Right? Okay. Okay, students. Today, what we are studying, characteristics of organism. Right? Characteristics of organism mean growth, nutrition. We already studied about this. Growth is important. Nutrition, respiration, reproduction. Right? Those things we already studied. And after that, what we are studying? What is growth? What is nutrition? Right? What is autotrophs? Autotrophic. Automatically can produce like plant. Right? These things we have studied. We will study in next class, right, about animals can't produce their own food. They depend on plants directly, indirectly. Therefore, this we will discuss in next class about animal nutrition. Right? In this class, we are discussing about plant nutrition, that is photosynthesis. Plants are called autotrophics because themselves they can produce food. Okay, students, we will meet at third class. Thank you.
கல்வி டிவியில் புத்தம்புது நிகழ்ச்சிகளை உடனுக்குடன் பார்த்து மகிழ எமது Facebook மற்றும் YouTube பக்கத்தை லைக் செய்யுங்கள்.